Here, what's your name, sir?
My name's Wayne Simons.
Hey, Wayne.
Menifee, California.
And who's this gentleman?
My name is Ian Simons. His son. Also
All right, and what did you bring? I mean, it's like
This is a CH750 Stole that we're building. My son and I. We've got started working on it in June time frame. So
okay.
Been working on it for a little bit. We were looking at different engine manufacturers, the ULs, the Vikings, of course. Looking at Rotax, looking at some of those different ones, and we decided with the Viking. I think it's the best bang for your buck, and
so you pretty much researched, and then now you
most definitely
time for an engine, right?
Yes. Yep.
And we do have one right here.
Yes, sir.
So you got the 150.
Ended up with the 150. I thought the 150 for weight balance and power to weight ratio for this would be great. We hopefully do a little bit of Stole with it. So we're going to be flying up in Northern California and flying out to Colorado. We got about 90 acres in Colorado my brother owns, and hopefully we can use this aircraft to fly into Colorado.
And who had the first 150?
Who had the first 150? I think Steve. Yeah.
Steve Salai, right?
Steve Salai, yeah.
Yeah. And
so,
now you guys are communicating.
Yes, most definitely. Yeah. So I talked to Steve a considerable amount. He was at Oshkosh when we went there this year, and he talked to us about the motors, and talked to Alyssa and you, and met you guys, and felt like this is a good kind of a family-run business, and we're very much into that. We wanted to something that has good customer service, take care of us, and even after it's purchased, continue to run the aircraft and have a good, solid airplane that we can enjoy for thousands of hours. I mean, we're planning on flying this thing to Oshkosh, Sun and Fun, flying it to Colorado quite a bit.
You're really enjoying it.
So enjoying it, yeah. I mean, I just retired from the Navy after 32 years. So
what did you do in the Navy, sir?
So I was a medical service corps officer. So
okay.
my job was basically doing all the planning and logistics for movement of troops, and then all the medical supplies going into different war zones, and then preparing for different places. So I was overseas 20
So you weren't a guy out in the field with the super glue?
I was not the guy, but I had the guys working with me that had the super glue and had the silver bullet. That if people need the silver bullet, get that
That's
going
awesome.
to get them rehydrated. So we worked out there. I was with the Marines for 6 years, so did a lot of stuff with the Marines, worked with them. So yeah, it was a great time.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, and you came all the way from California, you said, and
Yes.
you have your truck here.
Yes.
And how was that? How was that journey?
It was actually a really smooth journey with 24-foot trailer. I mean, it worked out really well. The wheel well's not quite wide enough on that. The journey was good though, and I think it's worth it because we wanted to come out here, we wanted to get the engine mounted and ready to go, and then we wanted to be out here to work with you and be able to see some of the inner workings of it, learn about the engine that we're putting in this aircraft, so we can do our own maintenance on it and maintain this aircraft. So that was kind of a big sell for us, is that we're coming out here, we're having you install it professionally, so we make sure it's done correctly, and if any updates, as we know from this aircraft, there's updates that are constantly happening, and getting those updates put on the aircraft and having it operate correctly, tuned correctly, the spinner done, the balancing, just kind of the small things. I'm also having you guys install a heater in it, so putting the heater in it. And then we also put on the Viking, new Viking spring steel, or not really new for you guys, but new for us.
Right.
Viking spring steel. So we have a little suspension here, so hopefully that'll, we have the puck system, but we decided to go with this. I think overall, I think it's just going to be a better work for what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a lot of flying into unimproved airports. That's the hope with this.
Right.
And so we're hoping to fly out into Northern California and fly around into Arizona, and then definitely out in Colorado on the property that my brother owns out there, and flying in to see my dad. My dad built a Kit Fox in '97, and then he sold it in 2007 because he had some medical issues. And so getting this thing together with my son has been huge for me, because now I'm going to get to fly out to Colorado, pick up my dad, put him in the passenger seat, and fly him around in another experimental aircraft. So he had the Kit Fox Series 4, and having him come in this and fly around with us again is going to put a huge smile on his face. I can't wait for